Imagine this. You wake up in the morning and before your feet even touch the ground, you reach for your phone. Instantly, a glowing screen floods your mind with notifications. Messages, breaking news, reminders, trending videos. You didn't ask for them, but they're the first voices you hear. You scroll a little. One video makes you laugh. Another makes you angry. Then a headline grabs your attention. You keep scrolling. Not because you decided to, but because something invisible keeps nudging you forward. Hours later, you wonder, where did the time go? Now stretch that picture further. The clothes you buy, the shows you watch, the people you date, even the routes you take to work. Almost every decision you make today has been touched by an algorithm. It's subtle. It doesn't shout. It whispers, and yet it shapes more of your life than you realize. This is the hidden power of algorithms. They don't just show us what we like, they learn what keeps us hooked. And once they know, they design our digital world to keep us scrolling, clicking, reacting. We think we're in charge, but maybe we're not. Pause for a second and ask, when was the last time you discovered something without an algorithm recommending it to you? A new song? A book? A friend? Or have we quietly surrendered that freedom, trading curiosity for convenience? Here's the big question. If algorithms are already deciding what we see, what we want, and even how we feel, are they serving us, or are we serving them? In this video, we'll uncover how algorithms went from tools to masters, how they control our habits and the hidden cost of living in their world. And most importantly, we'll discover the truth of what it means to stay human in the age of machines. So what's really happening here? At first glance, algorithms look like harmless helpers. They recommend a movie when you're bored, a shortcut when you're lost, or a song when you need to focus. They feel like friendly assistants making life smoother. But look closer. These helpers are not neutral. They are designed to keep your attention locked in place. Every click, every pause, every swipe is carefully recorded, analyzed, and fed back into the system. The goal isn't just to help you, it's to predict you, to shape you, to keep you hooked for as long as possible. This is what we call algorithmic slavery, a condition where we give away our freedom of choice without even noticing. It doesn't look like chains, and it doesn't feel like a cage. It feels like comfort. It feels like convenience. But in reality, it is control. And here's the promise of this video. By the end, you'll see the full picture. You'll understand not only how algorithms influence your decisions, but also the deeper danger, the way they change how we see ourselves. Because the real risk is not just that machines control us, but that we slowly begin to live like machines. Stay with me, because the most important truth is still to come. Before we dive deeper, let me ask you this. Do you want to live in a world where machines quietly decide what you think, buy, and believe? Or do you want to take back control of your own mind? If you believe the human mind should never be replaced by an algorithm, subscribe to Mindcrafted. Join a community of people who choose awareness over comfort and courage over control. Hit subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. We're building this movement together. Here's the uncomfortable truth. We think algorithms are helping us, but really, they are helping themselves. Most people believe their feed, their recommendations, and their search results are designed for their benefit. It feels like freedom. You open YouTube and it knows what you like. You scroll Instagram and it seems to understand you. But behind the scenes, the real goal isn't to serve you. It's to serve the system that profits from your attention. Think about it. Every scroll, every like, every second you hesitate on a post is recorded. The algorithm studies your behavior, learns your patterns, and feeds you more of what keeps you hooked. It doesn't matter if that content makes you smarter, healthier, or happier. What matters is that you don't stop scrolling. And this is why what feels like freedom is actually conditioning. The system rewards you with endless content, funny clips, shocking news, beautiful pictures. But in reality, it's training your brain. It's teaching you to react instantly, to chase small hits of pleasure, to stay predictable. The result? We think we're choosing. But most of the time, we're being nudged, guided, and steered. What looks like control is actually dependency. So the hard question is, if our choices are being shaped without our permission, are they really choices at all? If you think this is just my opinion, let's look at what great thinkers have already warned us about. Back in the 1960s, philosopher Marshall McLuhan said, "The medium is the message." What he meant was simple. It's not just the content we consume that changes us, it's the way we consume it. Today's mediums, social media apps, endless feeds, algorithm-driven platforms, don't reward patience or deep thought. They reward speed, reaction, and emotion. That's why so much online feels shallow. The system itself trains us to think that way. Fast forward to today, and scholar Shoshana Zuboff describes our age as surveillance capitalism. She explains how our data, every click, every pause, every word we type, is harvested, packaged, and sold. We are not the customers. We are the product. The algorithm doesn't serve us. It sells us. And then there's Noam Chomsky, who long ago warned about the manufacturing of consent. In the past, media shaped what people believed. Today, algorithms do it faster, quieter, and with far more precision. They don't just influence our opinions, they build echo chambers where we only see what confirms our existing beliefs. The thinkers may have spoken in different times, but the warnings connect. Whether it's McLuhan showing us how the medium shapes the mind, Zuboff exposing the profit hidden in our behavior, or Chomsky warning about propaganda, one truth is clear: algorithms are not just tools. They are systems of power, and power always comes with a cost. So why are algorithms so powerful? Why do they seem to guide us more and more each day? To answer that, we need to break it down into 4 drivers. The roots of algorithmic control. We live in the noisiest age in history. From the moment we wake up, we're flooded with texts, headlines, videos, updates, and ads. According to researchers, we process several times more information daily than people did just a few decades ago. Our brains weren't built for this flood, and when the brain feels overwhelmed, it takes shortcuts. Instead of thinking deeply about what matters, we look for signals, likes, views, comments, what others are doing. This is called social proof. If everyone else believes it, it must be true. Algorithms know this and use it against us. They keep throwing more content because they know we won't stop to question. It's easier to skim than to think. The second driver is money. Algorithms are not neutral tools. They're designed by companies whose main goal is to profit. The longer you stay online, the more ads you see, the more money they make. That's why platforms are built like casinos. Infinite scroll, autoplay, push notifications. These aren't accidents. They're engineered to keep your attention. YouTube doesn't just want you to watch one video. See, it wants you to spend hours. Instagram doesn't just want you to like a post. It wants you to keep coming back. Your attention is the product, and algorithms are the salesman. The third driver is our own brain chemistry. Every time we see a like, a comment, or a notification, our brain releases a small hit of dopamine, the chemical of reward. It feels good, so we chase it again. This is the same cycle that drives addiction. Over time, these small rewards create habits. We don't think before picking up our phone. We do it automatically. We don't plan to scroll for an hour. We just fall into it. Algorithms take advantage of this weakness. They are designed to drip feed us just enough reward to keep us hooked. We become predictable, and predictability is exactly what algorithms need to control us. Finally, let's talk about society. From a young age, we are trained to follow systems. In school, we memorize answers instead of asking questions. At work, we follow schedules and rules instead of exploring freely. Social media algorithms continue this conditioning. They reward us for fitting in, for agreeing, liking, reposting rather than challenging. And here's the danger. When everyone is pushed into the same patterns, critical thinking dies. We stop asking, is this true? And start asking, will this get likes? Algorithms reinforce this because harmony and obedience are easier to control than free thinking. Together, these 4 roots, information overload, profit-driven design, dopamine, and conditioning, create a system where algorithms don't just guide us, they train us. And once that training is complete, we don't even notice the chains anymore. The scariest part, we start to mistake those chains for freedom. Sometimes the easiest way to see the truth is through stories, because these are not just theories, they're real experiences. Let's start with a teenager. She opens TikTok just for 5 minutes, but the app already knows what makes her laugh, what makes her curious, even what makes her insecure. 10 minutes turn into an hour. One funny video, one emotional video, one shocking video, and before she knows it, her mood has changed. She didn't plan it. The algorithm did. What looks like entertainment slowly becomes dependence. Now picture an office worker. He wants to grow his career, so he turns to LinkedIn. The algorithm shows him articles, posts, and opportunities it believes he should see. But notice, he doesn't just consume, he also changes his behavior. He posts things not because he truly believes them, but because he knows the algorithm will reward it. Over time, he's not just influenced by the algorithm, he is shaped by it. His professional identity becomes a product of the system. Not all stories are dark. A couple meets on a dating app. They connect, fall in love, and eventually get married. It feels like fate. But remember, the app didn't show them everyone. It showed them a small slice of people, filtered by code. Their story is beautiful, but it was also curated by an algorithm. Even romance is no longer random. It is programmed. Finally, think back to the printing press. When it was invented, it changed the way humans shared knowledge. Books spread ideas far and wide. But at the same time, rulers feared it, because whoever controls the printing press controls information. Algorithms today are the printing press of our age. They can educate, but they can also manipulate. They can free minds or they can cage them. So what happens if we keep living like this, if algorithms continue to guide more and more of our choices? First, freedom becomes an illusion. We believe we are choosing what to watch, who to date, or what to buy. But behind the screen, a machine is narrowing our options and nudging us to act in certain ways. Our choices are not fully ours, they are engineered. Second, relationships begin to weaken. When social media rewards quick reactions over thoughtful conversations, people stop listening. We chase likes instead of connection. Friendships become fragile, dating becomes disposable, and family time is replaced by endless scrolling. Algorithms make us more connected digitally, but lonelier in real life. Third, mental health suffers. Too much time under the influence of algorithm-driven feeds leads to comparison, insecurity, and anxiety. Teens may feel they are never enough, because the algorithm shows them filtered perfection. Adults may feel constant pressure to keep up with trends. The result is exhaustion, low self-esteem, and in some cases, depression. Finally, power concentrates in dangerous ways. Whoever controls the algorithms controls attention. And in today's world, attention is power. Companies, politicians, and even governments can manipulate what we see, what we believe, and even how we vote. It's no longer about free thought. It's about programmed thought. So the big question is, who benefits when humans stop thinking for themselves? And what does it mean for the future, if entire societies slowly trade freedom for convenience? If we're not careful, the cost of surrendering to algorithms is not just our time or money. It could be our independence, our relationships, and our ability to live as free human beings. Each of these stories points to the same truth. Algorithms are not passive tools. They are active forces shaping our emotions, our identities, our relationships, and even our history. And if we don't see it clearly, we risk living lives that are more programmed than chosen. If algorithms are shaping us, then the antidote is awareness and choice. We may not be able to escape technology, but we can learn to use it instead of being used by it. The first step is awareness. Notice when you are pulled into endless scrolling, or when the algorithm is suggesting the next video, song, or product. Just pausing and asking, do I really want this, or is the system nudging me? Creates power. The second step is limits. Setting boundaries, like turning off notifications, setting time blocks for social media, or choosing when to go offline, gives you back control. Algorithms thrive on your attention, so protect it carefully. The third step is balance. Spend more time in face-to-face conversations, in nature, and in activities that don't depend on screens. Small acts of reclaiming attention build freedom. The truth is, algorithms aren't going away, but we don't have to be their slaves. With awareness, limits, and balance, we can reclaim our independence. Thinking for yourself is the most radical act in today's world. In a society where algorithms try to predict your every move, the real rebellion is to pause, to choose, and to think. You are not just a consumer of endless feeds. You are a human being with the power to question, to resist, and to shape your own path. Every time you refuse to be blindly guided by a screen, you reclaim a piece of your freedom. But this is not a journey to walk alone. Across the world, more people are waking up, choosing awareness over distraction, depth over noise. This is a quiet revolution, not of noise but of minds, so join us. If this message resonates, subscribe to Mindcrafted. Share this video with someone who still values truth over comfort. And remember, The strongest algorithm in the universe is your own mind, Waisa, when you dare to use it.